how you view the world is drastically important to your faith and everything else. Hi, welcome back to another one of our director's commentaries on the message on Sunday about what is it that makes a disciple. And so in that, we talked quite a bit about what a disciple is by definition, what do disciples do, and what are the privileges and requirements thereof. But in this, one of them that I had talked about, I'm going to want to flesh out a little more when I talked about a worldview. Now, a worldview is the lens to which you compute all the things that you see in this world. Now, one worldview is that, which we see when we talked about the prosperity gospel, for example, is that we expect this life to be comfortable, and that when we pray, God's going to give us what we want, and we're always going to advance, never retreat. But if that's the worldview, and that's not the worldview that God gives for us, then we're going to be sorely disappointed when things don't go our way. And so why the worldview is important is because people had various worldviews, even amongst Jesus' disciples. In fact, it was why Judas betrayed and left Jesus. Judas belonged to a group of people called zealots. They were people who their worldview was, let's take over by military force and take over and kick out the Romans so that we can have our own independent country again. And Judas Iscariot was likely a namesake after Judas Maccabee, who a century and a half earlier than that, they were able to, in the Hasmonean period, to be able to have a brief period of independence. Now, back to this. Jesus was setting up a spiritual kingdom, and he was setting up the terms to get rid of sin in the world. But Judas had in mind only to take over and be a cabinet minister, maybe the Secretary of Defense is what he was looking for. But when Jesus at the end said, no, I'm not going to set up the kingdom like this. I'm setting up a spiritual kingdom and I'm dealing with sin. That is when Judas washed his hand and walked away, because that was not what he had signed up for. He signed up for revolution. Now, mind you, Jesus started a different revolution. It was far more peaceful and far more powerful. So you can see how important it is what is the lens that you view the world. If you expect Jesus to act one way and then he doesn't, you're going to be disappointed, much like Judas was. If you can hang in there just long enough, you may see the glory that Jesus had intended in your life all along, and it might have come in a very unexpected way. Well, thank you for tuning in, and God bless you. Have a great day.